is up? In this video today, I'm going to be going over stocks to buy in 2020, specifically 3 stocks that I have my pretty little eye on for the month of September. So y'all, let's get it. First though, if you are new here, what is going on? My name is Nikki and it would mean the absolute world to me if you would consider subscribing by hitting the envy in the bottom corner or the OG red subscribe button down underneath the video below. Join the crew, join the journey. I post a minimum of 2 videos a week on this channel, ranging from stocks, money, finance, real estate, business, investing, side hustles. I like to make money and have a good ass time, entertain and educate along the way. So if you are into that, or if you enjoy hanging out with me half as much as I love hanging out with every single one of you, please consider subscribing. And one other thing, make sure you're subscribed, but also hit the little bell down there, okay? The little alert, because I'm about to put up some pretty good videos the last of the month, what stocks I bought in August and how much I made in dividends in the month of August. And let me tell you, she was juicy. Without further ado, let's just get to the stocks. Alright guys, so the first stock is actually going to be an oil, gas stock, something that took a tremendous hit, but one of the best in the sector, I think, my opinion, my own damn personal opinion, but that is going to be Chevron. Now, Chevron's currently, and the market is still open when I'm filming this, so you may see it fluctuate there, but it's currently at $86.71, up almost 2% today. Let's look at some basic stats here. So their dividend is a 5.83%. Some news here, very cyclical, very up and down, very dependent on a lot of factors in the world, but let's go ahead and see what people are saying here. 71% buy. They do have gold. They do have a 4 out of 5 stars, which means it's a good deal right now. It is undervalued. They have their fair value at 111, but you already know how I feel about stats and numbers and whatnot, so let me go ahead and tell you 3 reasons why I actually am considering adding Chevron to my portfolio. So 1, Chevron is a dividend aristocrat, which means it's been paying its dividend consecutively for at least 25 years, so it does have a 5.83% dividend. The payout ratio, though, I gotta be honest with all y'all, is a bit high. It's around 82 or 83%, so depending on how our economy goes, how things are gonna kind of play out here in the next maybe 6, 8, 12 months could really make a difference in that dividend being cut. I don't know about suspended, because in the last, I think it was the last earnings call or conference call or what have you, some call, you know, with a lot of fancy ass people from Chevron, the CEO said that the dividend is a priority of their business right now. And so whenever you have lead management and executives saying those kind of things, it makes you feel a little bit more secure that they're going to do everything they can to make sure that you get your dividend payment. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. No one really knows. The entire US economy could go to a shit show here. I mean, it is an election year, so depending on what you think about that, we could have some, you know, splicing and dicing on these charts. I use Chevron. I use Shell and Chevron most recently with this whole pandemic situation. Chevron is actually one gas station that was kept open for, like, if you're taking road trips or whatever and you gotta go, you know, to the bathroom, the Chevron gas stations actually were open for you. That's kind of a nice thing. I mean, they're just doing little things that are differentiating themselves. The second reason is, even though they had really big Q2 losses, they really weren't as bad as some others like BP or Shell, because I did have my eye on Shell because I consume Shell gasoline. I don't consume shit, that would be bad. My car consumes it, but I use Shell, okay? So I had my eye on Shell and Chevron. ExxonMobil for me is just never gonna happen, not interested. So comparing these two, Chevron has definitely taken the lead because of their balance sheet, their numbers, their dividend payment, their history with that, and the fact that they just didn't do as bad as Shell did. But a kind of a big thing in that time frame was the fact that they acquired Noble Energy. So in my brain, they're not really slowing down. It doesn't seem that they're too concerned about the future of their business. They're more concerned about growing the future of their business. With that acquisition, it kind of takes a little stress off shareholders, because we're thinking like, okay, they're moving forward. They're thinking forward. They're not thinking like, how are we gonna survive this? They're kind of like, we're good. How can we come out even better than before? And the third reason, honestly, truly, is because the balance sheet is strong. And from a lot of research that I've done about this, many analysts are giving it a price target of around 110 to like 113. And so at its current prices, around that $86 mark, I think could be a good opportunity to get that pre-COVID gain back if you wanted to take a little dip in there. And even though, you know, oil, gas, natural gas, those kind of industries, Chevron, Shell, Exxon, like all of those kind of companies, I feel like you're either with it or against it, because it is very cyclical. It is very reliant on other economies economies throughout the world. Like we had COVID obviously hit us, but at the same time we had that debacle in Saudi Arabia about the prices, and just it's a very kind of not volatile, it's a little bit volatile. So you have that kind of going against it. You also kind of have the whole, I don't know if you've heard of this company before, but it's called Tesla, and what they do is they make electric cars. And so there's a big push for electric vehicles, and people thinking long term in the future that gas and regular gasoline for regular automobiles isn't going to be necessary. But to be honest with you, I feel like we're so far from that. We got trains, boats, automobiles, airplanes, like they need gas when we're not anywhere near having electric take over the fleet of our transportation. And I think Chevron is just one of the most solid that you could put your money into. And I gotta be honest, I think they can come out of this whole pandemic and this whole situation like stronger than they even started it. All right guys, so the second stock is actually one I shit you not, I've literally been like having an eye on them for at least 4 months, and I don't know why I haven't bought them yet. I mean, I don't know. I guess, you know, shiny object syndrome. I see a better deal and I just go for it. You know how that goes. But that is going to be Verizon, you guys. They're currently at $59.40. Obviously, it's fluctuating right now with markets, but let's look at some stats here. They have a 4.17% dividend, which is pretty good. They have almost a 13 PE, which could show it's a little undervalued. Anything under 20 could signal a better deal. Anything over 20, under 40, I look at as either, it's honestly, it's hit or miss. It could be either really bad, or it could show that there's a lot of projected growth for that company, so people are willing to pay a little bit more of a premium price to get in. So I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on PE ratio? Can you let me know down below what you think? Do you normally go 20 and under, or are you not scared between the 20 and 40 because of that kind of signaling growth? So I don't know. I'm interested. Please let me know. But back to Verizon here. Some news for them. They don't have many buy ratings, I will say. They do have a lot of hold. So for me, that kind of signals like they think it's a little overpriced currently, which is kind of weird, but hey, what can you do? Look, and then right here we see fair value. They have it at 59. So I guess technically at 59.50 is overpriced, but I don't know. I'm not upset about it. Their earnings are obviously a little bit all over the place, but the Q1 and Q2, they are above. So I don't know. Let's talk about the other reasons besides these numbers why I like Verizon. So really the number one reason is because I use Verizon. My phone plan is through them. I have that new credit card they just released. I will say Verizon is expensive. Like I'm like, why do I pay this much? But I gotta be honest with you, it's just, I don't know. Their customer service is good. Their stores are clean. I feel like special when I walk into one. They're very kind of high tech. I've had a good experience with Verizon. And if I'm just being blunt, I think that they're the best phone provider out there. I hear a lot of people talking about the come up of T-Mobile. I don't know about that. If you guys like T-Mobile, let me know down below. AT&T, I don't think is as good as service. Like I kind of think it's trash, but their 7% dividend makes me comfortable with it, which kind of runs into my real main reason. Well, I have a few, so hold tight. But the first thing is the dividend. I mean, a lot of investors get into AT&T because of that sustainable and consistent 7% dividend they've been paying for years, which is absolutely solid. But Verizon ain't no schlumpity dumpity, okay? So they do have that 4.17% dividend with 13 years of consistent. I mean, ain't no dividend aristocrat, but they're on their way, okay? 13 years ain't nothing to sneeze at. And they've been raising their dividend 2.15% every single year. And their payout ratio is only 51%. Now to kind of put in perspective against AT&T, I guess you could look at AT&T's payout is at 58. So essentially they're still underneath that 60, but at the 51 level, it shows me that, hey, Verizon could up this, okay? They could continue to grow this because their payout ratio is so low. You like that? Low? Look at that, you can't even see it, it's so low. So another reason why I do like it but kept me very hesitant was just like literally the price. I felt like a $60 telecommunications was just like, ugh. I don't know. For some reason, I just thought it was overpriced. That's just point blank, period. But my wheels started turning and I said, girl, you use them and you think they are the best service. So what do people like? They like the best service. So that weighed a lot. But then also the fact this whole 5G situation, you know, I think people think it's like aliens or something like that. I don't know. But 5G is coming, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But 5G is coming and it's supposed to be better than 4G. And because 5G is so hyped up and all this crap, like I think Verizon being who they are and I think having the best service mixed with this 5G potential is amazing. But the cherry on top of that is the fact that they have now partnered with IBM, which I think is a great dividend company, a great company in general, just solid, secure, long-lasting blue chip type of shit. So they're collabing with a beast of a beast, okay, on a 5G plan basically. So I think that gives it some room to really grow and have opportunity, unlike what I see with AT&T. I kind of feel like AT&T between the 30 and 40 buck is kind of like where the hell it's gonna stay. And a really big kind of final reason as to why Verizon's on my watch list kind of revolves around the 5G thing, but essentially with the situation we're in with the pandemic and COVID and all that stuff, that's not directly affecting them. It's not directly affecting that telecommunications and kind of industry and sector that they're in. If anything, it's kind of doing better for it, because people need to be on the phone with conference calls and Wi-Fi, and just having those services available to them at this point is doing more better for those kind of companies. But like I honestly truly really want to know if you guys like Verizon or not, so if you could just let me know down below, that'd be great, because I've been watching it for so long and I see people buy it all the time and I'm like, I should just do it. You like it, just do it. But for some reason I just never did. So can you please let me know if you think I'm being dumb for that? So the last stock on my watch list for September, I gotta be honest with you, there were a few and I was having a really hard time just picking one. So if you want to know the other ones that were basically on my list but didn't make the cut for the video, comment down below and I will respond to you and tell you what those are. So let me know. But this one is going to have to be Visa, you guys. Now Visa's currently at about $205.60. They're up about almost 1% today. We go to the stats here. They have a PE of 40, so that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. So make sure you let me know down below what you're kind of basing that off of. And their dividend is only a 0.56, so it's not necessarily known for its dividend payment, but it does have one. A and B, they could be growing that dividend, so I see a lot of room for increases. Let's check out the 5-year. I mean, that's why that dividend could probably get up there. But if we scroll past the news, whatever, cool. Analysts here, so 83% buying it. It's got 2 stars. It's saying its current value should be 166. That's probably why the PE is so high. They think it's currently overvalued right now, so I don't know, but I definitely have my eye on it in September. So one of the main reasons why I am heavily watching Visa is because I think cash is dead. And when I say cash is dead, I don't necessarily mean like go in your wallet, take the 20s out and rip them up, nothing like that, but especially because of I really believe that this whole digital payment and swiping a plastic or metal card, if you're bougie like that, through a little machine, you know, keeping it online, whatever, is the move. I mean, before COVID, you know, if you use cash, people behind you real upset, real mad at you for slowing down the line. Nobody wants to touch that. Like, ooh, just thinking about it gets me, ooh. I mean, I went through the drive-thru the other day. I gave them cash, and I gotta tell you, when they handed me the change back, I was like, I don't want to say no, you can keep it, but it was like $10 or something like that. So I was like, nah, I will take that. I just don't want to touch it. And I think that's mostly what's going on right now, but it makes me think long term, like we were already kind of seeing that move and this just kind of accelerated. I think it did. I mean, that might just be my opinion, but I think it's just accelerated this whole concept of plastic, metal, digital payments. Another huge advantage that Visa has is that they have 0 credit risk. Unlike an American Express or a Discover Financial, which I also really love them, but Visa is separate because they're not a bank like that. They are a payment provider. So if delinquencies, or even like, especially in times like this with recessions, or even like almost basically whenever, it's not going to hit them as severely as it would an American Express or a Discover. So this makes me think that they have less risk in my brain. So less risk, better investment, but also a better upside and potential for growth because it doesn't have to worry about those kind of things. And the last reason, third reason why I absolutely love Visa is because it's literally basically accepted everywhere. I mean, I have never gone anywhere except for a cash only place, which they have got to get with the times, that Visa was not accepted. I mean, American Express isn't always accepted. I know that's kind of a hiccup with them, but Visa, you got Visa, you can eat here. You got Visa, you could shop here. You got Visa, that's really, I think that's it. I think that's really it. But I think you get what I'm saying. They don't turn, like, you got a Visa card, you can use it basically everywhere. I just think it's a freaking behemoth. I think it's awesome. I don't know if it's currently too overpriced for me to want to enter. That's why I'm gonna keep my eye in September. The economy goes back to normal, which I'm not sure we're ever gonna go back to exactly how it was, but I would keep my eye on it in September to see if it dips a little bit with people going back and maybe, you know, resuming life as once was, you know, the good old days. But if you want to hear me talk a little bit more about Visa and why I like them, I will link a video right here. You can go ahead and check that out. You could, you know, fast forward a little bit sit through the yip yapping and jump japping, but it's a good video, so I would suggest just checking it out. So you guys, yeah, like that's what I got going on in September. Those really have my eye in September. I think I'm really leaning towards Verizon, but you have got to let me know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have other companies and stocks that I should be looking at? Always let me know down below, because I do look. And you made it to that crucial point in the video all where I need you to just smash the damn thumbs up button. It really helps me a lot. I know you already know that. I know you know. Thank you for that. Always, every time I see it, you already know how I feel. I'm just so damn grateful for every single one of you that watches, likes, comments, or whatever. Just literally, if you watch it, I love you. And if you made it this far in the video and you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. The crew and I would love to have you. And if you are this far, you are the real MVP. Come here, you know I love you. And like always, you guys, enjoy the journey, whatever your journey is. And always remember to do what sets your hearts on fire. And I'll catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.